Hi there, Linda Artisani Bookkeeping. So, beginning of the year, of the new year, and you're probably still working and looking in your last year's records. I know I'm finalizing my regular customer accounts, as well as helping people that maybe didn't really pay a lot of attention to their bookkeeping, and then now they're looking at their last year and realizing that maybe something's off. And you can refer back to one of my earlier posts about double revenue. Some people are finding that their revenue figures are way out of line, and it's due to the fact that they recorded their invoices and their customer payments, and they never took them out of the never had made a deposit with them. So they just downloaded the income from the banks. So that will give you double revenue. So January tends to be, I would say, my busiest month as a bookkeeper, and also the beginning of February. By then, you don't have your records done, or you're coming to me with a mess, you're probably filing an extension because the CPA needs time to process. So a couple of things. If your business is doing really well, one of the things that you might want to look at maybe is hiring employees. So I found this really cool little tool, and it's an employee cost calculator. So if I want to pay somebody, for example, $20 an hour, and they're going to work for me, I'm going to say 15 hours a week. I can go in here, you put your state, and then you can come in here and tell them if they have a retirement plan. If you have a retirement plan, I have an SEP, so if I hire somebody, I do have to include them in the retirement plan. You can come down here, do you offer health, vision, dental, so you can select whichever one. And you can see the costs, how the costs go up as I select these things. If the employer has to help contribute to their health insurance plan, let's just say I'm going to charge my employee $100 a month, and there's no vision and no dental. Any other perk you might want to bring in, you can add them here. And you can see now what it's going to cost me. So it gives you an idea of what it's going to cost to have that employee for that period of time that they're working for you annually. So I think it's a really nice tool that is effective to help you gauge what it's going to cost as an employee. So it's not just straight out, you're paying somebody 15 hours, you're paying them $400 a week. It's not that, because you can take a look at this actual cost, divide it by the year, and divide it by the weeks, and 52 weeks, and then figure out what it's going to cost you per week to have this employee. It just kind of gives you an estimate, because you have to add in those things. So I'll put this in the blog post so you can find it. It's Intuit's cost calculator to figure out what it costs to have your employee. Another one I think this is crucial to have is the health checkup, browser health checkup. So I use Chrome for QuickBooks. Actually recommend, if you have a QuickBooks company file, if you use Chrome for your other browsing, have a Chrome user make a Gmail name up and use it only for QuickBooks, and then set it up with all your favorites for that. And then you won't get cookies in there unless you're browsing in that toolbar. So you kind of want to only log in under that user just to do QuickBooks, and that will save you a lot of headaches. Also, this is going to be a little checkup. So if you log into fixit.intuit.com, you'll see here that QuickBooks runs on several browsers, and that Chrome 63.0 for Mac, which is what I have a Mac, is good. I got a check mark there. Cookies, get some cookies as they pile up. I try to clear the cookies and the cache weekly, because that tends to give you those crazy errors where you'll see there's one JSON that comes up, or a lot of times you'll see things that are popping up that's like, what does this mean? Why can't I click on this? What's wrong with my page? And then if you log out, come in an incognito window or a private window, you'll find that it works fine, and usually you need to clear the cookies in your computer on your browser. So here's your browser, and for me to clear them, I just come to Chrome, and I can just come in here and clear the browsing data. If you're using Firefox, it's a little bit different, a few more steps, but it depends on if you're using a Mac or a PC. There'll be different ways to get into that. So cookies, I have a total of 4,000 cookies, which probably means I should clear the cookies out, which will be part of doing this. And then I can clear cookies and other data. And the cached images and files, those are all things that kind of get in the way of QuickBooks running well. So, you just run that and clear them out, and that will help with keeping QuickBooks running better. It's very sensitive to cookies and cache. So you want to make sure you keep those clean. So again, those are just a couple of sites that I think may be helpful. This Help Checkup one is really helpful for that. JavaScript, that's one of the things that you want to make sure you have the most up-to-date and it's enabled. And the pop-up blocker, my pop-ups are disabled, but if I want to enable them, and I do that on a basis of what I'm trying to work into. So if I see that I'm working into it and the pop-up happens to be blocked, I'll go in and just allow the pop-ups. So you can come right up here and you'll see the little X, and I can allow the pop-ups. So there were pop-ups that were blocked on this page, so I can tell it, I can always allow pop-ups from fixit.intuit, and then I can refresh my page, and then any pop-ups will come up. Now I've got a perfect report card because I cleared the cache and cookies. So that's it in a nutshell. I will put both of those links into my page. I think that fixit.intuit.com is a perfect one to keep handy. Maybe put that in your toolbar to have handy for when QuickBooks isn't working quite right, and it tends to be that's what's wrong with it. Sometimes I just give up and I just go to Firefox and work in Firefox for a little bit, and then I'll go back to Chrome. They did do a maintenance update this weekend, so you might find some things don't work just right, and just clear the cache and cookies and you should be fine. If you have any further questions or comments or would like a future video, that a subject that I have not touched upon, please feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. I will provide a link in the blog as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.